Rev Mel is tying one on with you.
I think I heard was that you got out of the community about 8 years ago because you called them the bottom feeders because they were people that really were not in the lifestyle but were pretending that they were.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
and
you'll see
I
that.
got really hurt. But when I decided to come back, I decided to listen to my instincts.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody told me, to come over to Threshold, and if I feel like leaving, he said, well, just turn around and leave. And, I was very lucky. I had a great night, and I've gone with that motto ever since. And every time I get a little nervous about going somewhere new, I just tell myself, listen, once you get there, if you want to keep going, keep going. And it's worked ever since, and I'm having an awesome time being in the leather community. There's great women like you and Lenora Ma'ma, and it's just awesome.
Well, good for you. Good for you that you
Thank
found a
you.
safe way to do it. And I'll tell you, when people contact me and want me to play them, I will only do it publicly.
That's great.
Everybody has to be safe. And what's more, when you're at these places, you can ask someone to walk you to your car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. There are times
Absolutely.
when I went to Threshold, and it was really late when I was about to leave, so I've asked Master George to just walk me to
Then they'll always
my
be
car,
happy to do that.
and he's like, oh yeah, give me a second, let me grab
Oh, yeah.
my hat, and we're out the
Absolutely.
door.
And they'll do that at the lair.
Yeah.
They're sticklers about that. They will watch you as you go to your
yeah.
car, and that's whether you're a top or a bottom. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's
That's one thing
excellent.
I love about this community. It's everybody's out to protect each other.
Yes.
Well,
At its best, yes.
we
right.
do want to protect each other, but the whole thing is for each person, whether you're dominant or submissive, male or female, follow your intuition. Think.
Exactly.
Think before you make that move. Think about the consequences that can happen in your life. Breath play is one of my things which I really don't agree with, and it's my personal belief system. And the reason why is because we don't know what's happening in that person's heart, and I don't want to go to jail for it. I've done breath play, but you know what? I have second thoughts about it. Think before you do something, because it's really important. If you're going to meet somebody, meet them in a public place. Call a friend. Do a safe call. It's so important.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you brought that up about breath play, because I do that with people who are in service who I know well, but it's a sensual thing, which is actually pretty hot.
Yeah.
When your lips are locked and you're exchanging air. You're not holding anybody's nose.
Yeah.
It's the air is going back and forth, and that's still very hot because you don't know. Heart attacks can be silent.
Yes.
And it can be at any age, and you don't want to be the cause of it.
Thank you so much for calling, Sage.
Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you,
good.
honey, and
Pleasure.
you're going to get that second lap dance.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's coming up in May. I'm really excited about it. So thank you. Thank you for calling. And we have a chat question from Boo Boo. And what is
Boo-boo.
what is the chat question?
Boo's question for
Are you on the mic?
no.
Got to get her on a mic. All right, I will repeat it. Boo's question is what?
She wants to know if Lenora Ma'ma thinks a community mentoring society is an answer to this, or even a possibility.
Oh, it absolutely.
We didn't hear it on camera.
Oh.
Boo Boo wants to know if mentoringship programs is an answer for this problem in our community.
Well, I know Fetish Noir has an active program, which I didn't know before the other night. And certainly, yes, if someone is interested, if they have enough integrity in them to want to be mentored, I can think of people offhand that have come to these very public balls, for instance, that don't want to appear as if they don't know everything. So they don't want to even ask somebody to mentor them, because they don't want to show that they don't know everything that there is to know just by walking in the door. They wear the outfit, they have the hat, they have the whip, and they have no technique, and they think we're not noticing. So it's a train wreck. But that being said, yes, absolutely, mentorship is critical, not just for tops, but for bottoms.
But
Absolutely.
if you're going to volunteer to be a mentor, I mean, it's not a fleeting thing. It's nothing that you're going to say, okay, today I'm going to mentor, and then a week from now or 2 weeks from now or a month from now you say, you know what, this isn't worth it. I just can't do this because it's taking up too much of my time. You know, if you're going to mentor, be serious about it. There's a lot of people out there. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I teach at the Lear Decide every 2 weeks. I've been doing that for close to 6 years. I don't get paid. It is volunteered. And I teach classes for new people that are come into the lifestyle or that come to the Lear. And the one thing that I teach my pupils is your voice is so important. Never lose your voice. I don't care what dominant tells you can't say something. You need to have your voice. It's very important to be able to communicate. Communication, communication, communication.
You know, we're touching on a touchy subject because there are dominants who don't want their people in service to them to say anything.
Oh, I know.
To say what they feel, what they want, and I can tell you that's not my journey. I want the person who's receiving to tell me what it is that they're. Sometimes I ask for an intention, but I want them to be vocal. And I think if somebody doesn't want to hear your opinion about anything, I don't know, I would be a little bit circumspect about whether to proceed. You know, then you have to look at yourself. Why do you need to be with somebody who's telling you that your opinions don't matter?
But your opinion does matter.
Yes,
it doesn't matter where you're at in the chain as far as dominant or submissive or slave or top or bottom. Your opinion matters. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings matter. Communication is the key to BDSM. You have to communicate. If you don't communicate, then the wires get crossed, and you're not going to be successful in any type of BDSM relationship.
You know, bottom line, it really is up to the top, because a lot of times bottoms don't want to appear that they're not into it, they're not appreciative, they're afraid they won't be played anymore, which is why I don't use safe words, because a lot of people are afraid to use their safe word. They're afraid that they're wimping out. And so I calibrate like crazy, and it's not that I'm perfect, but I am very watchful. So, you know, bottom line, it's the top's responsibility, because sometimes a submissive personality or a slave personality is such that they have a difficult time expressing themselves. So if the top is not making sure that the person is okay, it's on them.
Well, I have a pet peeve on this, and there's a pet peeve that I have, and this is a pet peeve I have, and it drives me crazy. Okay, submissives, this is to you guys. This is really to you guys, okay? Now listen very carefully. If I'm going to spank you and I'm going to scene with you, and you are in trouble, and I'm watching your body language, and I keep asking you if you're okay, and you keep saying, yes, mistress, yes, mistress, and the next day you say to somebody, mistress took it out on me and she didn't stop, she was brutal, she just wouldn't stop. You know what? You have a mouth. Use it. Use that voice. Dominants can't be mind readers.
That's
we can watch your body language. We can listen to your breathing. We can touch your skin to see how flushed you are. We can do all of the things when we pay attention. Normally, we will know when to stop. But you know what? There are times when we're in our dom space and we need to be told, mistress or sir, I can't take anymore. Yellow or red. It's not to be shameful to say yellow or red. I commend anyone that's able to know when their breaking point is and to be able to say yellow or red. It's very important.
You are right about that. You know what my pet peeve is?
What is your pet peeve?
Okay, I'm going to share.
Okay, I wonder how many more minutes do we have on the clock? No, on the tape.
15.
All right, we're going to go.
Okay, so here it is. And I don't want to offend anybody who dresses like this, but you know, when you're going into a dungeon space, I make an effort, you know, to dress. I go to that section of my closet that I think maybe is a little humpy. And when people come in to the space where all this sensuality is going to take place, and people have worked so hard on their craft and they're going to share it with you, and you're wearing beat up tennis shoes or cutoffs.
Flip-flops.
You're flip-flops. You're hurting me. You hurt me. You're scarring me. You know, yeah, I'm weeping inside. That's my pet peeve. I wish, if you can just wear a black T-shirt or black pants, just something that's a little different than going to a luau, you know, or a barbecue. I would be personally so grateful, because I feel like I'm inside, although on the outside I'm trying to be very brave. Inside I'm whining. And I would love that if there was a little bit more attention. You know, there are parties that give a strict dress code. I would like to see more of that. That's my pet peeve. And it's not elitist. It's so simple to go into any place and make an effort. It's just showing, it's like going to the theater and wearing something nice. You're showing respect for the actors. It's showing respect for the space and the art that is SM.
It's also getting in the mood.
And it's, well,
I mean,
hello,
when
I'm hot. The minute I start dressing in my stuff, I'm getting hot. I'm already high. So yeah.
Well, what's an amazing thing to do with a submissive, it's to get them clothes that you want them to wear, and you get them to, like the day before, and you say you got to bathe, you've got to put these on, and that's when the scene starts.
But that's if you know somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you who are coming into this guy came up to me. He was dressed in shorts and tennis shoes and beat up socks, and it wasn't clean, and with a torn T-shirt, and he said, "I don't understand why nobody's asking to play me." And you know, what could I say? All I could say was shrug. I didn't want to say, turn around, look at your reflection. I mean, there's no attention paid if you're not treating yourself with respect, if you're not thinking you're sexy enough to put something hot on, anything that you think is fantasy, anything. Or like I said, just even a simple black skirt and a top, anything that shows you've made an effort. That's hot. That's a turn on. That turns me on. Absolutely. How do you feel about that, Rev Mel? Share.
Well, you always turn me on.
Okay.
I agree with you. When I go to the Lair, or when I go to any of the clubs, you know, I dress in, well, black is my color anyways. My whole wardrobe is
kinda mine
black.
too.
Yeah, my whole wardrobe is black, you know, with
Yeah.
a few little red here or there. But I make sure that if my hair is not done down, I wear it back in a ponytail, severe, make it look really nice. My makeup is always on.
Yeah. You're making an effort.
Yeah, I make it.
So all of you.
Because there's something that happens when I do this.
You get hot. Hello.
Yeah, you ever see the movie Bound?
I certainly.
And after
have.
she gets laid, Gina gets laid in the movie. She
Can
starts
we
to
talk hot,
She starts.
Gina?
Yeah, she starts. She walks. First of all, when you first meet her, she gets out of prison and she's walking like this, and then she fucking gets laid, you know. And then the next day you see her. This woman is walking like she owns the fucking world. She is like, no one's going to touch
so,
me.
you know, sometimes it is about what you wear. But, you know, speaking of black, Shelley and I were saying that if one of us won for the Southland Honors, that we were going to, like, emulate some of these people who win in the Grammy Awards and thank Jesus. You know? So I thought that I would thank Jesus
Did
for
you have a
inventing the
speech?
color black. No, I didn't have a speech. I'd never even dreamed remotely
I
would win.
I got to tell
No.
you something. I wrote a little speech on my way
You
in the car.
did?
In the car, I'm writing on these little notes, and basically I says I'd like to thank the Academy. No, but my idea
I
was
think
to
we should thank Jesus
Yeah.
for inventing the word color.
yeah.
I mean, the color black, and we can just go from there at all these demented.
Well, you know what I really wanted to do? I really wanted to get a long scroll of paper